A lot has been said about the potential of social media to mess your brain up. And now we have two different scientific studies that prove that this is a real thing. And the first one refers to Facebook. And Margaret, this is very, very interesting. The Southern School of Business, a professor called Isaac Ben-Bassat, he made a survey over pretty much 1,200 students of a university. They were asked about their emotional responses to Facebook. And the main driver of Facebook is envy. It's incredible. Envy is the very first feeling that most people have in this survey group when they talk about Facebook. And not necessarily we're talking about people being envious all the time. That is the first feeling, but at the same time, the same study said that people do like being in social media and they feel that it's enjoyable, but everybody, 56%, half of the sample said that the first thing they feel when they log into Facebook, it's envy. And the first trigger, vacation photos.
That's why I go on Facebook to look at who's going on vacation and where they're going. Look, I don't know if jealousy would be the factor. Maybe like just people want to post pictures of their dogs and kids.
Here's the thing, what they're calling, the mechanism that they're recalling is not necessarily that it's an ill-intended envy of others, it's more about this trigger of becoming competitive. So you put forward your best self, your best picture of social media that you can have, your best profile picture, the best vacation, the perfect vacation. So everybody is trying to up each other. So you log in, you see, and you're like, oh man. And then you look and you post a better one where you look very happy and you feel like your life is very happy. So now we know that the name of the study is Why Following Friends Can Hurt You. And it's this idea that the more we engage in this loop of surveillance, and we have a graphic that explains very simply in a two-step way how to use Facebook, you can have a healthy relationship with Facebook. So you use Facebook either for surveillance, comparing or attention seeking, or for reaching out your friends and mutual validation. And they have obviously different outcomes. One, you get depressed. The other, you can enjoy or improve relationships. Now, this is a very simplistic way of looking at things, but it does show a very common mechanism of someone that engages on Facebook. Now, the other study, it's a little more complex, and I like it. It's based on Tinder, and this idea that the initial stages of a romantic relationship, they engage in some chemical imbalance in your brain. The serotonin, this neurotransmitter that allows us to be happy, immediately gets in override, right? So if you think that in Tinder today, people go through profiles and have many dates in a short period of time, the levels of serotonin in your brain actually mess your brain up because you're not used to having these peaks so often because 10 years ago, you had to do the work. Now you just have to sit down. The average user spends 11 minutes swiping left or right to see who's going to be the next Tinder date.
Is it women and men, only women, only men?
No, this is a mixed sample group where both men and women. Now, some say that women are more propense to chemical imbalance depression than men that is more emotional triggers, but this really affects everyone that engage in social media and these new ways of relationship that rely so much on digital actions.
Right. You know, I haven't personally used Tinder, but I hear it can be quite addictive, like if you're scrolling through. So if somebody's on Tinder, it's a good chance that they have OCD because...
Exactly. The levels are very, that's a very good point out because the levels of serotonin that you achieve with this swiping right and left and engaging in chatting with people are very similar to OCD. And it's crazy because literally we are creating chemical imbalances out of these new ways of engaging with others, which is crazy. But now, going back to the Facebook study, not everybody feels envious. Not everybody feels like going into Facebook is a bad experience. Some say that the real truth lies somewhere beneath the idea that you go in and you feel envious about others and you go out to really share what you're happy about. So the science is looking to see the reasons why social media might mess up with your brain either in your emotional side or with chemical imbalances.